Hi there. In this video I'm going to show you how I modify an Ikea top mounted cabinet to work for the corner. Because if you are watching this video, probably you know that they offer proper corner cabinets just for the bottom, which is that thing right there. For the top you are stuck with one with 45 degrees, which for me at least it didn't fit at all in here. I would lose a lot of space, it wouldn't look good. So anyway, so I bought one. These are 37 centimeters. I bought one which is 80 centimeters in this direction. Bought doors for it, but that was my decision. In theory you should do the same. So I bought basically an 80 by 80 full top cabinet and some planks. In theory they are 80 long and I think 18 centimeters wide, from which I will cut and create this on my own for this particular cabinet. And then I bought another plank which will go in here just to fill it up like this one is doing. But yeah, from the place that I bought them, sadly they didn't have pure white, they had only this, but I don't care because they are not going to be seen unless I open this up and know that they are there. So I don't care the color that much. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so as I said, we are copying this one from the bottom part. This is about 6.5 centimeters and this is about 4.5 centimeters, something like that. The idea is that this one is shorter than this, with about the thickness of the material that you are using to create this cover. So we did about that right here. This one we went with the same 6.5. You can decide your own dimension if you want to make it actually longer, but it will prevent you from easily putting things in that area. So I didn't make it longer, I make it like Ikea made it. And this one is shorter than this with the thickness of this material that I'm using, which is a bit thinner than the original one, so take that into account. Put this black thingies, this, to attach these two together. Yes, if you have something with a silver end, this is what I had at home, use something that looks nicer. I will just paint them white. And also I need to buy some circular covers for this, because I hate seeing these things in the furniture. I don't know why IKEA isn't providing the covers for them, so I will also put covers on these two that I actually drilled to keep this thing in place. And I used this type that is normally used on furniture also at the top. And now I'm going to put a few more of these thingies in here and this big sheet like that to cover everything. But yeah, it needs to be cut in length to the proper size for this. Okay, this is also in place, and if you have the possibility, get one at least 40 centimeters wide. Where we got it, 35 centimeters was the max, and as you can see, obviously not wide enough. So we have a small gap in here. Doesn't really matter, nothing that I put in this will fall through that, but yeah, you can make it look better than this, obviously. Put this in so it's all tied together, this thing isn't moving. And then drilled the holes for the hinges themselves. And make sure you don't run into what we run into here, to have the ones that keep the wood together in the same place where the hinges need to be. At least for my model, the hinges are on the bottom holes and on the top holes in the other end. Obviously we drilled them accordingly, but this was really close to be really bad. So let's attach these things now. And the corner cabinet is almost finished. Again, this will be either covered with stickers that are specially designed to cover screws, or painted white. Remains to be seen. If you can get it in white directly, that's awesome for you. Everything looking good. And yeah, make sure you get that one wide enough. In my case, it wasn't available, so I used whatever I could get. And yeah, if you want to see more of this installation, I will link the main video in the description. This is just for creating your corner cabinet that Ikea doesn't provide for some weird reason. Who knows exactly why. Okay, so at this point in time, I have a big gray plate in here, but I also have one of these. But the part of this big gray plate I need also here. So I'm going to cut it in half, and this, I have another one of it. I could put it in there. It would be directly plug and play, just drill some holes through it and bolt it in there forever to not move. But I can actually return it because I didn't open the package. And I have this, which is half I use here, half there, and I'm done. So what I need to measure from bottom to top, which is exactly the size of this thing, 80 centimeters in my case. And I will measure from there to there and cut this thing at that distance, and the rest of it use it here, and then that will be just drilled in place. So now I'm going to remove this little thingy right here because it's not locked in yet. Cut this thing to size to fit perfectly from here to here. Again, you can directly use the door for this, but I'm going to send the door back because I got this basically for other things that I'm not using it for anymore. Painting it white. Now I need to remove this that was masking it. Only the bottom part needs to be white, so when you look from the bottom you will see white. When you look from the edge you will see like this gray. So let's put this in place. Okay, put the panel in place with 4 screws into the structure underneath, because this panel is not part of the resistance structure, it's just a cover. The structure is what I did before. Again, if you find white and silver screws, it will look much better, but used what I got. I can always paint them, of course, like I did with this under panel, which now is white from the underneath. A bit of paint creeped in this area, and I will see how much of it will be covered by this. If anything remains uncovered, I will clean it. Hopefully none of it needs to be cleaned. But yep, Ikea, why are you not offering something like this directly without any mods? Put this thing back in place. That, as you can see, is gray right there, exactly as it will be here. Again, Ikea, you know, you can do this. Locked them in place with screws, also this, and I will continue to lock all the other ones. Then I will lock that and put back the doors, and should be all good. And this is how it looks. The door is a bit too low. I need to adjust it a tiny bit to make sure it's in the middle. It's a bit lower than the other ones, but overall I really like it how it looks. From underneath you have white, which is exactly as it should be. From these sides you only see gray. Still need to put the handles in. This opens like this like this. It's perfect. Now, to finish this particular cabinet, I need to add 2 shelves in my case. Got them, here they are, but obviously they will not fit because we have this right here in the middle, and then we have another sheet about this thick that goes through here onto the other side. So the shelves are too long, I think, because as you can see they go right up to the edge. So I could either measure everything out and cut around these things in the shelves, or I'm going to use the shelf that I got for this bottom part, which is pre-cut in a nice way to go all around those problem areas, and I will just mark using that onto these ones. The only thing that I need to measure is from here, from the edge to here, to know how to align them. So let me measure that and get to marking. The only thing that I needed to measure was where this thing starts, and it's 36.5. And now if I mark around this thing and cut around this thing, this shelf should fit without issues, I hope. We'll see, but this is the theory. When marking it, keep in mind the orientation. This is the bottom part that I'm showing you now. This is top part. So this is how we need to set this in place. Cut this thing, not the cleanest cut. This thing just does not like being cut. It chips really easily. Maybe if you have a really fine jigsaw blade, a new one, it cuts nicely even on the exit. On the other side, it cuts much better. So basically for me, I need to choose my my medicine, my pain, and decide which one of these I want to look good and which not. For this one, I decided the underside should be looking a bit better. So let's install this and hope it fits. Haha, and it does fit perfectly. And maybe I can also show you from the inside. Yes, you could potentially make that cut a bit more I don't know, more exact for the thickness of wood that you are using. I could have made this a bit bigger, but I don't even see in there, and nothing that will be put in here can fall, and even if it falls still down in here, but only if you put something about this big. So yep, this is good, it's working. Let's make the second one and we are done with this that Ikea should be providing us from the start. Because I provided all the dimensions until now, let me try and provide this. Maybe it helps you if you don't have this, and you probably don't have it. At least it will make things a bit quicker for you, but you should still be measuring yours to make sure it's all okay. So 7 centimeters deep, 5 centimeters wide, and for this thing again it's the thickness of the material you are adding, so it's under 2 centimeters, 18 millimeters or something like that probably. For me it should have been about 16 millimeters, but I don't care, I will still cut like this even if it leaves a tiny gap. It's easier than to try and measure again, then it doesn't fit and whatnot. I don't care about that small gap. So let's mark the second one, cut it, and hopefully Ikea gets the hint to make this. We will see. I will try to actually contact them to see my video. Maybe they find it interesting to make this thing, because lots of people actually complain that they cannot find something like this for the top cabinets. And you think the second one is good and it's finished, but there's a telltale sign that something might not be right. And you would be correct. I forgot that this thing has a back side and a front side, because they have these cutouts inside of them. But as you can hear, I have my little daughters around. I'm really tired and I wanted to get this done and do something else. Well, getting things done in a hurry when you are tired leads to stupid errors like this. So I will just drill my own of these things. I'm going to mark with a pencil right here and make this with the tip of the drill. Not a problem. This text doesn't bother me at all. I think I have somewhere else on the furniture from the start. You could see this, so don't really care. But yeah, whatever. This is not something that you see on all furniture types, but METOD seems to have it. So you are warned. I could have hidden this thing and said, okay, it's done, whatever, but on my channel you see the good and the bad, because most times you learn more from somebody's mistakes than from him doing simply something right from the start. So be careful where you cut. This thing should have been rotated like this actually, but too late for that. Now we repair. Okay, initially to do this, you can see there pencil mark right in the middle, then I drill straight down with a 10mm drill, and then I will go from the side with the edge of the same drill and hopefully clean this a bit, we'll see. And this is what I ended up with. Again, this thing chips really easily, the white paint. Honestly, this is my biggest problem with this whole METOD kitchen. The bottom, I don't know, the frame of the cabinet, not the door, the frame of the cabinet chips really easily, exactly like this, if you touch it the wrong way. And it seems these things also chip. So yeah, and as you can see, same height, should be all good. Just a bit of chipping in here. I could touch up with white, but I don't care, it's not being seen too much in there where it is. So let's put this in place, and do not do the same mistake I did. Worst case, if you do it, you can repair it like I did, but it's not ideal. And it's almost done. It only needs handle, obviously, on this one and on the other one, and it's a corner Ikea top cabinet, homemade by somebody who barely know how to work with stuff like this, being my first time honestly with building an Ikea kitchen and yeah, overall furniture. And I can tell you that it's working perfectly for about, I don't know, almost 3 years already. Yeah, didn't have time to post this video since then, but yeah, at least I can give you the final impression. It's good, no issues whatsoever. So, hope this video helps you, in which case please give it a like, check out my other videos, and as always, see you in the next one. And in the description you can find videos for this whole furniture.